Hello.
Hi. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to Entrepre-noir Series. You're a bit dark. You're a bit dark, Miss
How is it possible?
Perfect.
Hold on. Oh,
Yes.
um,
Yes. So happy to have you here with us this evening. Welcome. And tonight we will be discussing, you know, ups, downs, and in betweens regarding entrepreneurship, small business owners and their challenges. So, first off, I would like you to introduce yourself and let us know who you are and what is your brand and a little backstory.
okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lorraine from my business is called St, which is a Creole clothing line, and we also run a sew shop. For the t-shirts, you could custom design your t-shirts. We allow the customer whether they want it tie-dyed, whether they want off-shoulder, long sleeve. They can go online to the website and they can select whatever style they want. And in our sew shop, we create the styles for them. And our sew shop also provide, one-of-a-kind designs. The customers could also contact us and we'll create a design for them. And we also have a wide variety of items on our site. So check it out.
Awesome. So, Lorraine, tell us a little bit about how did you come about with the business? Was it an experience you had? What's the idea behind starting Selangnu?
Well, there were two things. One, growing up as a child, my uncle, Donatus St. Aimee, to him, St. Lucia was the only island in the entire world. And growing up, you would actually believe that that was the only place that existed in the world. So that was my love for St. Lucia. And two, the love for the Creole language. Growing up as a child, I was not allowed to speak Creole. So you could imagine that was the first thing I made sure that I learned. And I've loved the language. And even I've always never understood, like, why isn't it an official language? Why isn't it in books? And why it's not, when you look at the Haitian Creole, that's recognized worldwide. But so this was an effort to help, push the Creole language forward.
Oh, and a little backstory, viewers. I would like to let you know that both Lauren and I are from the paradise country called St. Lucia. And so when she speaks of Creole, I can totally relate because in my household growing up, you were forbidden to
Yes.
speak it, engage in it, listen, whatever. You were forbidden. So your grandparents and your grandmother, your grandfather, they would speak the language and you knew nothing of what they were saying. So I can relate to some of the things Lauren is speaking of because we are from the same paradise island, St. Lucia.
Yes.
So yes, Lauren, now I would like to find out the inspiration to start the business. You just told us the background, why you thought of it, what is behind it. But now give us a little bit of an inspiration. Usually sometimes you start a business and then the story behind it, people are like, so like, really, that's how it started? Or for some other people, it could be intentional. You work towards something and you start a business. So what was it for you?
Well, the idea came to me about maybe 10, 12 years ago to start, this. I just saw put Creole on things, on shirts. And I was like, no one is gonna want that. And I ignored it and I kept ignoring it. And over the last 2 years, it kept coming to me. And it was so bad that I would go to bed and I would literally see the words floating in my head, like I was not able to sleep. So I said, you know
Wow.
what?
Oh my
I
God.
need to make this happen. And I said, I'm going to do it. And I think it's one of the things, I think as business owners, sometimes we have the idea, but we have this little doubt like, well, it's not going to
Exactly.
do good.
Exactly.
Maybe people are not going to be acceptable to it, etc. And we don't do it. And later on, we might regret it. So I
Exactly.
said, I'm going to do it. At least I get that off my list. Then later on, I don't do it and then I regret it. So I
Exactly.
just said, I'm
Exactly.
going to go with it and put it out there and do it. And to be honest, I'm happy I did.
I'm happy too. I'm happy too. I'm listening to your story, Lorraine, and it is so relatable. It's so inspirational. For me, there were some things that I wanted to do and I never started it. So I can totally relate when you say, you have the idea, you're reluctant, you're hesitant. And so now it brings me to the question, since we spoke about Creole, Creole is recognized in countries like Dominica, Haiti, I think St. Vincent and Trinidad, also Jamaica have some sort of Creole. So for
Mhm.
the masses, for somebody starting a business like that, what would be some of the challenges you have relating to people, what the language is about, how they can connect to it? How did you go about doing that?
Well, some of the I think in the beginning when I first started, and there really didn't have anything that had Creole written on it. Um, I found like there was some verbiage and language that you could find. A lot of it when I did the search, it was the Haitian Creole that was coming up, and sometimes when you think of the spelling, it's not really coming out the way you think. And
Yes.
I wanted to put something there that was correct. I didn't want to put the incorrect spelling.
Right,
So when I
right.
first started, I put the shirts on. I did some one or two shirts, and then I run a Facebook ad, and I specifically run it in St. Lucia
Right,
so that
right,
I know that I will get feedback on it.
right,
And a lot of the people, they gave feedback. Some emailed me privately and say, hey, this word is not correct, and so forth. And I went back, and I think sometimes also is that there, like the saying, the more you watch the less you see,
right,
because
right, right.
even I did so much research on the words, the spelling, but still I still, the human part in me still overlooks some words. And I guess it was the excitement also
Right,
that
right.
I had some words incorrect. I took the criticism, and I went back to the drawing board, and I thought of what else I can put. So I'm always thinking of new ideas, what to do, etc. And so I think that was it basically.
Wow, wow, this is amazing. Let me tell you, Lauren, I'm listening to you, like I said, and you are giving me so much inspiration. So, for those who don't know, I recently just started a life coach business and I started it in the midst of a pandemic. So, I'm looking to you, Lauren, who has been in business for a while and you have some level of experience. What guidance would you give me and others who have started or are thinking of starting a business during the pandemic Rona?
Well, well, I think some of the challenges are, I think it's difficult in the sense that a lot of people are more in the survival mode.
More deep.
So you have to be creative. And a lot of it is, you find new ways to get the client to see this item and wanting to buy it. And especially now we can't socialize, there's a lot of,
Exactly.
so it's, lots of virtual events going on. So it's being creative and trying to see how you can grasp the customer.
Right,
And
right.
I was telling someone the other day that sometimes you would think that social media is instant,
Yes, yes,
but
yes.
not necessarily. Sometimes you run an ad, and when you see the stats of it, it's not that many people might see the ad. But there are times when I might post something maybe 3 4 months, and maybe like this month someone might like it, and I go and it's like, what, I posted this like 3 months ago.
Right, right.
So that gives the essence, like social media is not that it's not something that's
You
instant.
instant as they
So
portray it
I
to
would
be.
say during this time where it's slow, and that sometimes you have your spike, don't be discouraged,
Right.
because I think in this time we use our time to be creative. You use your time to think of what you want to do. You look at your what you think the clients will want. You use the
Right.
time to do research. and do a lot of background of what it is you want to do. And then by the time things start up, you have already done, you kind of like you planted the seed.
Exactly.
So now you're just waiting to get, watch the tree grow.
Oh my God, Miss St. Aimee, Miss St. Aimee. I want to let the viewers know, this was a concept I thought about to introduce the media, introduce to friends, social media followers to our different businesses. And I want to let them know that you were my first guest. So this was super exciting for me to start this program, start this series, putting ourselves out there, letting people know what we're doing and, a little bit about ourselves, and as well as being vulnerable, So I hope the viewers can take more than 2 cents from each of what we said. As Lorraine said, she told you a little bit about her business. I can just give you a little background. My business is basically life coaching, life purpose coaching. So I just literally try to guide people to manifest their goals and their dreams. I want to stand corrected. I am not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. Please do not mistake the two. So basically, that's what I'm doing. So I'm literally testing the waters with the social media because I'm not that social media savvy. And Lauren has been really helping me and guided me, and I'm so appreciative. So Lauren, do you have any closing comments to give to the viewers from this session we have here today?
Well, I think the only thing I would say, I know that there are so many people out there, and sometimes, young people who want to start a business, but just don't have the courage. Or sometimes it might be that some people are just afraid of failing, and that's why they don't start. But I think even just having the thought in your mind, you already one step ahead.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
there is a customer for every single person, out there. So I would say test it and see, but it's better to do it and to feel, get it off your chest than not do it and then regret. You don't, kind of don't be with the what would have happened had I.
Right.
Then be the I
Just
did
take the leap. Yeah, take the leap and see.
take the leap and just go
Take the leap
ahead
and see.
and do it. And
Yes.
even if you fail, because when I
It's an
listen to
experience.
stories,
Yes.
there are designers out there who have, they did it, they opened, they closed, they went through their whole batch. Sometimes it might be 10 years, but then they come back again and it's like, bam.
Bam, bam, bam.
So, you shouldn't let, if things are not going well, you shouldn't let that discourage you, but you should turn that into a positive and allow it to push you to, like, what else? Sometimes you just need that extra push. Because if you just put something out there and it's going good,
Right.
then you're not going to push yourself to see what else you can do.
Exactly.
So I would say, just keep pushing, keep going, and make it happen.
Yes, Lauren. Thank you for all your inspiring words and your guidance. It's going a long way for me. I hope it's going a long way for the viewers. I thank everybody for tuning in. And thanks again, Lauren, for the time. We are going to put our, website and our name of our business in the link below. So you guys can visit Lauren's site, check it out. You never know, you might see plenty of things that you like. Yeah. And then for those that are in search of a coach, a life coach, you can check out my website, and then we will be gladly to serve you people with love. Yes? So love and light, Lauren. Enjoy your evening. Thanks again. Blessings.
Thank you so much. Blessings. Bye.